You are listening to Chapter 5, Lesson 11 of Form 3 Economics. Cameroon General Education. Narrated by Wacheseh Academy. Types of capital. Fixed capital. This is capital, which does not change its form in the process of production. i.e., it is not used up in the course of a production. That is, it is not used up in the course of a production. It is made up of assets of a business used in production over a long period. Fixed capital suffers from wear or tears called depreciation or capital consumption. Examples of fixed capital include factory buildings, motor vehicles, machines, furniture, land, equipment, railways, etc. Specific, sunk capital. This is a form of fixed capital that is very specific and has no resale value. This type of capital cannot be used for any purpose except the task it was meant for. For example, typewriter, photocopier, and blast furnace. Social capital. This refers to the goods collectively or publicly owned by the people in society. Examples include public goods, public taps, public libraries, public hospitals, etc. Circulating, working or floating capital. This is capital required for the daily running of the business. It constantly changes its form in the process of production, from cash to raw materials, and semi-finished and finished goods. With money, we can buy raw materials, convert the raw materials into semi-finished and finished product, and sell the goods to get money, with which we can be able to buy raw materials again. Capital formation, accumulation. Definition: it refers to the increase in a country's stock or real capital. Capital can be created through savings and diversion of resources. This capital must be in excess of the amount required to replace worn-out or obsolete capital. Types of capital formation or accumulation. Capital widening. This is the increase in the quantity capital without the increase in proportion with the other factors of production, i.e., the capital-labor ratio remains the same. For example, 1 unit of capital per unit of labor in one period, or 4 units of capital per 4 units of labor in period 4. etc. Capital deepening. This is when production becomes more capital-intensive, i.e., when the stock of capital is increased with the number of workers employed falling or remaining constant. For example, 2 units of capital per unit of labor in period 2, 3 units of capital per unit of labor in period 3, etc. Capital consumption. This is also known as depreciation. It refers to the wearing out of capital due to constant usage. It is therefore the replacement value of capital used up in the process of production. Depreciation is the sum of the worn-out part of capital plus the obsolete part. Capital maintenance. This is a situation where there is the replacement of worn-out capital. Capital maintenance must come before capital formation. Mobility of capital. This refers to the ease with which capital can be transferred from one form of employment to another or from one geographical region to another. Some capital is very flexible and moves from one occupation to another. Fixed capital such as machines, vehicles, etc. can be moved, such as buildings can be used for many purposes. Occupational mobility of capital. Capital and wealth. Capital is wealth set aside for the production of further wealth. Wealth, on the other hand, refers to the stock of goods and services existing in a particular country that has money value within a given period of time. It should be noted that all capital is wealth, but not all wealth is capital. This is because consumer goods are wealth, but cannot be used for the production of further wealth.